Welcome back, guys. We're here at SARCO in the GTO classed Ford Mustang Cobra Trans Am. We're here at round number 2, consisting of 2 races, a 15-minute and a 25-minute race. There was a lot of hype created leading up to this race, so sit back and enjoy the highlights of both the races. Enjoy. For the first race, we had a 13-strong field, with unfortunately Jason not being able to get into the lobby on time due to some internet issues. Our pole sitter in car number 9 and partner to Jake's is Bruno. Second on the grid, car number 78 is Andrew, splitting up that partnership of Jake's and Bruno and putting himself on the front row. The pole sitter's partner in crime, car number 8 is Jake's, puts himself in third. Car number 98 in 4th place is Marius. He'll definitely be looking to have a good result after his last week's performance. 5th place is Dylan in the car 79, teammate to Andrew in the Mumbers, driving in the piston colours. Car number 10 is Johan in 6th place. He's the first of the Turtle Racing guys on the grid. Car number 32 and 7th on the grid goes to Gerard from Spartan Racing. 8th position is our new international, Ross, in car number 27. He will be partnering with Craig, but unfortunately Craig was not able to enter this evening. Hamid in car number 45 puts himself ahead of his teammate in 9th position. Yaku in car number 23 puts himself in 10th place, really struggled getting a lap together, and he unfortunately will be driving alone as Jason was not able to enter the race. Ash in car number 46 gets himself into 11th position, and he'll be following his teammate off ahead of him. The second of the Turtle Racing guys is Jacques in car number 11. He gets himself to 12th on the grid. Roy in car number 33 will round off the grid, and he starts in 13th position. As we wait for those lights to turn green light, and away they go. Bruno's had a blinder of a start as he leads the pack into turn number 1. Jakes is a little bit loose on the back there. Johan collects Dylan on turn number 1, and unfortunately Gerard goes into him, seeing Ash taking some evasive action at the back there. Around the rabbit's ear they go. Bruno, Andrew, Jakes. Oh, a little nudge there from Jakes onto the back of Andrew, sending Andrew a little bit wide, going off the track and regrouping in position number 5. As we chase Gerard, him coming up into Budweiser balcony. Positions are Bruno, Jakes, Marius, Ross, Andrew, Yaku and Gerard. Gerard goes through turn number 5, setting himself for turn number 6. He's collected too much of that curve. That's unstabilized the rear, and unfortunately that sent him off into the dirt. Big impact there. Trackside with Jacques as he comes around the rabbit's ear. He's currently in 10th position. Whoa, that was very close. We didn't see Johan out of picture there, rejoining the track. He must have run himself a little bit wide. Whoa, what a big moment there for Jacques. Trackside with Ross as he goes into his 3rd lap. Oh, very late on the brakes, has run himself wide. I definitely think that's going to cost him a place as he prepares to rejoin the track. Yes, we see that Yaku gets that position, and that moves Ross down into 6th position. Lap number 4, chasing Hamid as he exits out of Castrol Corner. Into the rabbit's ear they go. Roy has unfortunately lost the rear, thrown himself out, and allowed Dylan and Hamid to move up that place. Trackside with Marius as we see Andrew hot on his heels as they go through Castrol Corner. We see in the background there Jakes and Bruno going through the rabbit's ear. Marius looks like he's a bit sideways there. He's lost it. Andrew's got nowhere to go and collects Marius as he goes through that corner. Terrible race for both Andrew and Marius here, as we see Yaku moves up a position and Ross right on his heels there. Yaku getting ahead of Andrew, moving Yaku up into third place, leaves Andrew fourth, Marius in fifth, and Ross is right in this battle now, up in sixth position. Down into turn number 5 they go. Yaku, Andrew, Marius, no, he's gone and lost the rear. He's unfortunately, he must be have some damage on that car. Didn't expect the car not to hold there. As you see, is Dylan and Hamid moving up the position. Absolute disaster. As we have a look at our leader, Bruno, as he crosses the line to begin his 5th lap, it is Bruno, Jake's in 2nd, Yaku in 3rd, Andrews in 4th, Ross in 5th, Dylan 6th, Hamid 7th, Jacques in 8th, Ash in 9th, Marius all the way down in 10th place, Roy in 11th, Carrot down in 12th, he too has not had a very good race, and Johan in 13th. Lap number 6 as we chase with Hamid as we head into turn number 3. Dylan's locked up, he's run himself wide, he's gone off the track and allowed Hamid to move himself up into 6th position. Lap number 6 and we chase with Jacques as the race for 6th, 7th and 8th is very much underway. Hamid leads them around the rabbit's ear. Jacques moving closer and closer to Dylan as they head into turn number 3. Hard on the brakes, little lock up by Dylan, but he corrects it as he heads up into Budweiser balcony. Very close call there. Dylan nearly touching Hamid as they head down the hill to turn number 5. Different braking points for these drivers. Hamid running wide, Dylan getting that power on early. Tries to do the undercut, but unfortunately does not have enough speed to carry to get all the way through and take that pass on Hamid. But still extremely close racing. Nevertheless, oh, a little bit of sideways action there from Dylan. On the brakes he goes. A wider line here to get as much straight line speed as he can down this main straight. Across the line they go to begin their 7th lap. Hamid, Dylan, Jacques, into Cashel corner they go. Oh, Hamid's run a little bit wide. Still not enough space there for Dylan to make the overtake. Into the rabbit's ear they go. Hamid, Dylan and Jacques. Coming out of the rabbit's ear, we've got 3rd place is Yaku, 4th place is Andrew, and 5th place is Ross. Into turn 3 that was very close to the outside of the track there. That dirt is extremely difficult to control the car, it's just so hard. Into turn number 4 they go. Oh no, Ross has lost the rear. The car's obviously bit back on him, thrown him off, and that's just allowed Yaku and Andrew to pull a further gap on Ross. Lap number 9 and the race for 6th position is still very much on. Into Budweiser balcony. Hamid, Dylan, Jacques, down into turn 5. Oh, a little luck up from Jacques, he's lost the rear, and that's allowed Marius to go through and move himself up into 8th position. We're on lap number 10 and Bruno has had a flawless race. He's led from the start to the finish as he goes into turn number 3, catching up to our back marker there, up towards Budweiser balcony. The rear's gone, he's completely lost the rear, put himself in the middle of the track and his teammate collects him up on the top of the hill there. They've absolutely gone straight into each other and Jakes is relentlessly pushing at his partner, finally finding the rear gear there, getting himself out of the way, back on track. Yet Bruno is still stuck, can't find his rear gear. There, he's back on the track. And Yaku and Andrew have caught themselves all the way up. There's contact between Andrew and Yaku. That's Andrew and Yaku going off in the background there. Lap 11, Hamid in 6th, Dylan in 7th as they go around the final corner and head along the main straight. Dylan tucks in behind to pick up a cone. Very strange, did not see that happening. Dylan makes a move around the outside, sets himself up for Cashel corner, late on the brakes, getting the car sideways, but managed to make that move stick and move himself up into 5th. Morris is very much in the race here for this 5th place as he chases Hamid. He too has now gone wide and opened the door up for Morris, allowing himself to move himself up now into 6th position, chasing down the 5th place Dylan. our first place, Bruno, after that contact that he had with his partner Jakes back in lap number 11. He's run himself wide, he's lost control. That spun him up over the hill and allowing Jakes to take that lead. Oh my goodness, Bruno very, very unlucky. And we see Ross now coming around the corner, very late on the brakes there, but I think he'll definitely get that place, because I'm sure that Bruno would have so much damage. As we watch them going around the last couple of corners, into the last corner side by side, Bruno concedes and allows Ross to move himself up into second position. But Ross himself has gone wide, he's gone into the dirt, he's had to move out of the way, and Bruno moves himself back into second place. So much action during this race, it really has been amazing so far. And coming through the last corner for the last time, we see our race winner Jakes, followed by Bruno, our Scottish international Ross. Andrew will cross the line in 4th place, followed by Dylan in 5th. He had an extremely difficult race, as well as Marius in 6th. Hamid will come past in 7th, Jacques in 8th, Ash will finish in 9th, Roy 10th, Gerard in 11th, and Johan in 12th. The two of them colliding with Dylan in that first corner, and Yaku unfortunately having to retire after that incident on lap number 11 with Andrew. Off to race number 2 for the Willow Springs GTO classed Ford Mustang Trans Am. This is the second race. We are in a 1 lap flying qualifier. Anything can happen. We had to change our starting format, as unfortunately the room settings were incorrect. We had to go to a rolling start, but the qualifying positions were Bruno, Andrew, Gerard, Dylan, Johan, Jakes, Marius, Jacques, Roy, Ash, Hamid, Yaku, Ross, and then Jason, who now was able to sort out his internet connection and join us for the second and final race for the evening. Green light as Bruno takes them away down the main straight, approaching Castrol Corner in turn number 1. Contact between Andrew and Gerard. Gerard's now spun. That's left him in the middle of the track. Field's coming around him. Oh, unsighted. Big impact there. 1, 2, 3, 4 cars in that incident. Oh my goodness. Having a look at the replay here, we see Gerard stranded in the middle of the track there. Ash is trying to get out the way. He unfortunately can't get out of the way in time. Ash hits him. Ross goes into the back of Ash, and as Gerard is spinning around, clips himself into Jason, and that sends Jason off into the dust. Having a look at Marius, who changed his line to get around Gerard stranded. That unfortunately he lost control, put in the dirt, and that made him have to start from the back again. Here we followed. Jakes is putting pressure on 4th place Johan. Little contact there on the inside. Johan now gets the inside line. He then closes the door, and Jakes is contact again, sending Jakes closer and closer to the end of that track. We see the leaders, Andrew, Bruno, Dylan, Johan and Jakes entering around the back side of the track here into the last corner. Jakes has a look on the inside, has to brake as he sees Johan closing that door on him, and setting themselves up for lap number 2. Lap number 3, we with 4th place Jakes putting pressure on Johan, who's currently in 3rd. Behind Jakes is Bruno, followed by Yaku. Jakes makes a little move on the inside, getting that slipstream, getting enough power, makes a late dive on the inside as they go into the last corner. Jakes is able to make that move stick. We see Bruno, he too ran a bit wide, but he's now also putting that pressure back on Johan as they cross the line to start lap number 4. Johan has another look on the inside here. Jakes goes around the outside, followed by Bruno. We drive on board with our race leader Andrew. Currently the positions are Andrew 1st, Dylan 2nd, Jakes in 3rd, Johan 4th, Bruno 5th, Yaku 6th, Hamid 7th, Roy 8th, Marius 9, Jacques 10, Ross 11, Ash 12, Jason 13, and Gerard in 14. Here we chase along with Jake's 3rd place as he chases down the 2 piston coloured racing Mambas. Into turn number 1 they go. A little bit of a lock up there from that inside front wheel from Dylan as they head into turn number 2. Rabbit's Tail. Very similar lines for these 2 drivers. Getting the fastest line through this corner, putting that power on. Hard on the brakes. Late entry, another lock up from Dylan. He's really struggled with this corner through both of the races. Jake's having a look on the outside. Dylan's keeping it tight. Just shuts that door on Jake's as they head down the mountain into turn number 5. Dylan's early on the brakes to get a much closer line, get as left as he can to get a straight line over this hill section and pull down all the way through the back of the track. We follow Dylan, 2nd place, car number 79, followed by Jake's in car number 8. Dylan's gone wide, coming out of the tail, he's lost it. Contact between him and Jake's, sending both of the drivers off the dirt as they approach turn number 2. Absolute disaster there. Don't know what was happened there, but Dylan coming back on the track, losing the rear, and unfortunately taking himself and Jake's with him. Lap number 6 following Marius in 7th position. Hamid has run a bit wide and so has Dylan. Hamid joins the track. Dylan's on the dirt, allowing Marius to take up 2 positions there, with Jakes follow him right behind as Jakes gets around Dylan, and Jakes moves himself up to 6th position. Bruno in 2nd place, pushing hard as he goes into the last corner. He's lost it. He's got the rear sideways into the tire, into that barrier to stop him from going into the fence. No, Bruno, why are you using a reset button? We are racers. We have to suffer for our mistakes, as we see Marius getting the place and allowing Jakes to move closer and closer to Bruno in car number 9. Of lap number 7, we see the positions in the distance. We see Marius, who's in 5th, and then 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. 5 positions only separated by a mere 2 seconds. Extremely close here, halfway through this race, here in the middle of the field. Getting a view from behind Jakes' car as we begin lap number 8. In the distance we see Marius being chased by Bruno. This battle has been going on for the last 2 laps now. Bruno going a bit tight, touching the inside of that dirt, made the car unstable, and that's forced him wide to allow Jakes to move up to 6th position. The battle for 11th is between Roy in 11 and Jason in 12th. Jason has come from the Tarmac Monkeys, has joined up with Yaku, and here they've come to make an impression here in the SARCO League. Shot of 10th place car in Jacques. It's been very quiet this race. Fortunately hasn't really been in the action as he was in the previous race, but hang in there Jacques, still many laps to go. Lap 9, in 4th place we have Marius, followed by Hamid, and looking at Jakes in 6th. This battle has been going on now for the last 2 laps. No one's really been making a bit of an effort, bit of a scary moment there for Jakes, getting that rear tire on the dirt as he crosses the line to begin his 11th lap. Great drive here by the 2nd place Johan for Turtle Racing. Put himself in 2nd position through the mayhem that happened on the first corner, and he's just kept his calm, kept it cool, and just holding his 2nd place very well. This battle between Jakes and Hamid is definitely heating up as they go down into turn number 5. Hamid has gone wide. Jakes has tightened up his line. Will he try and go around the outside? No, he has to give that place back to Hamid. And so they go through the sweeper. Will Jakes have enough pace here to get him to make an inside move as they go into corner number 9? Very close to the edge there. as Jakes exits the last corner, and unfortunately hasn't taken that place back from Hamid yet. On board with our race leader Andrew on lap number 11. We have a look at the positions. First place is Andrew. 10 seconds behind him is Johan. Then Marius in third. Hamid in fourth. Jakes fifth. Dylan sixth. Bruno 7. Ross in 8th. Jacques in 9. Yaku 10. Jason 11. Ash 12. Roy 13. And unfortunately Gerard disconnected. Lap 11 we have Hamid and Jakes fighting it out as they come through the rabbit's ears. Up to turn number 3 they go. Hard on the brakes together. Jakes going a much wider line on the outside, trying to get the undercut. Hamid's lost the rear end, spun himself into Jakes. The two of them collide. Jakes recovers and Hamid is unfortunately stuck in that barrier. Ash goes through and takes that place from Jakes. Chasing Dylan as he's now caught up to Jakes. Ash has gone extremely wide. Evasive driving there by Dylan to get out of the way from Ash and not collect him as they went through there. So Hamid in 9, Jason in 10, Yaku in 11 as they enter into turn number 4. Roy just moving out of the way for this battle. Down into turn 5 they go. Oh, Jason's lost it going down there. Jakes in car 8, Bruno in car number 9. The two teammates have been fighting at each other both of the races. They've stayed extremely close, just not giving up any bit of lead between the two of them. Great competitive racing, even though the guys have considered themselves teammates. See Hamid fighting hard here on lap number 11, trying to get that position back that Yaku took from him a couple corners before. Oh, Hamid has hit the inside of the curb. It's unsettled the car, and that's just thrown him off and just unfortunately let Yaku get away from him. Starting his 15th lap is Dylan, currently in 6th place as he comes around the first corner. Oh, there's Bruno entering the track backwards. Big maneuver there for Dylan. He had to take evasive action and go around Bruno there. Starting their 17th lap, you see Bruno moving to the outside. Late on the brakes, gets a great overtake around Dylan, moving himself up into 5th place. 3 corners later, Bruno's touched the inside, put the rear around, gone off and allowed Dylan to go back into 5th position. Shot of positions 8th and 9th. Ross is ahead, being chased down by Yaku as they turn into turn number 1. Ross has really been out of a lot of the action in this race. Yaku, however, we can't say the same. Here we see our race leader in the 78 car taking first position, overtaking Hamid with Jason right up behind there. Hamid defends his line, Jason holds fast, goes on the inside. Oh, there's a bit of contact. Hamid has gone a bit wide. Jason has moved to the inside again. Oh, Hamid's lost the rear. The two of them touch, and Hamid spins off and lets Jason move up the position. Our race leader Andrew crosses the line to take the win. He'll finish in first with Johan in second, Marius in third, Jakes in fourth, Bruno and Dylan having a brutal battle to the end there. Bruno coming the victor. Jacques will cross the line in 7th, Ross in 8th, Yaku 9, Jason in 10, Hamid 11, Ash in 12th, Roy in 13, with Gerard in 14. Thank you guys, I hope you enjoyed the highlights of these 2 races in this round 2 of these GTO classed Ford Mustang Cobras. If you did like the videos, give us a like, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.